Nuclear Throne. Nuclear Throne is a game by Vlambeer. It is a roguelike game, or a roguelite, if you will. But despite all these roguelike games coming out, this is probably the closest thing to a traditional roguelike. And then it rewards preparation and making decisions on the fly. And there's absolutely no perseverance. There's nothing that carries over to your next game, unlike games like Rogue Legacy. So I'll just get right into it here. By the way, I'm going to miss a lot of shots. That's not because the recording was laggy, that's just because I'm terrible. And I'm using a character called Crystal. Her ability is to turn into an even bigger crystal, because she is a crystal, and deflect bullets. Now, like Super Crate Box, you have weapons in boxes. I picked up a laser pistol here, which you can see is relatively powerful. And as you level up, you pick up these mutations. So I picked the Recycle Gland, which means for every few shots I miss, I'll get a free bullet. And you'll see I just sort of go crazy. Not because I got that thing, but in general I don't like keeping energy weapons because of the low rate of fire. So I'm just going to blow through it, kill these guys really fast. I did take a few hits here that I didn't need to take. I was being careless because this whole section of the game is really easy. But regardless, I shouldn't have taken those hits. Now these carcasses are full of maggots, and that's sort of the first trap of the game. If you weren't aware of that, you might walk into the carcass and get damaged by the maggots. And they don't mess around. They'll kill you for sure. Well, not for sure. They'll hurt you. Now I picked up a crossbow here, and you instantly see how powerful it is. That was supposed to be like a super mini boss skeleton, scorpion, but I killed it pretty much instantly. And these worms are almost as hard to kill as those guys are. So here we encounter our first actual boss. He's usually easy, really easy, but with the crossbow he's just stupid easy. Especially with Crystal. If I had her Throne Butt, which is to say her special ability upgrade, I'm actually able to teleport with her, and then you can teleport as a crystal, and he'll just shoot himself in the face. Now I dropped the crossbow, and despite it being very powerful, I prefer shell weapons and melee weapons in the sewer, and you'll see why in a second. So here I don't really see anything I like, so I'm going to choose either Extra Stomach or the Rabbit Paw. So the Rabbit Paw will give me more item drops, but the Extra Stomach will make it to our med packs heal me more. Now, shells bounce in this game, which is really useful because it lets me do things like that. Because that guy explodes when you hit him, so if I were to just have straight up shot him, I might have gotten hurt. And it's never worth taking damage in this game for most things. It's usually an unnecessary risk, but you can see my awesome shooting skills. Now the sewers are pretty much all these tight corridors, and you might think, oh, well, that's awesome, you should have used the crossbow, but if you miss, these rats will hit you, and the rats are deadly. They take more shots to kill than your average bandit. And in general, I can get more damage done with either a melee weapon or a shotgun, or shell-based weapon. Now ammo conservation is huge in this game, if it's not obvious. I did take, like I said, the ability that gives me more bullets based on how many I waste. But I still managed to run out of shells. And it would help if I actually hit the stuff I was shooting at. And then I did pick up the health pack that I wanted. Unfortunately, I took 2 damage in the process. Now, most of the time I would never pick up the triple machine gun, which is what you're seeing right here. But since I did get that mutation that gives me extra ammo, I can sort of afford to waste this ridiculous amount of ammo. So I don't pick it up because it takes so much ammo from you. But I did find a bazooka. I'm going to take the ability that lets the shells travel faster. I won't really get to make much use of it here. And somehow I forgot that these sniper dudes explode when you kill them, and so I died. But that's sort of the game. Once you die, it's not quite over. You still got... you've learned, you've become better, you gain more knowledge, and you start understanding what to expect. And so my strategy here is just to miss every shot. So what I'm going to do is just shoot around the guy and like instill some fear in him. No, but seriously. Yeah, going through the wasteland is pretty much going through the motions, but the weapons you will pick up here are going to affect how easy the next few areas are. And there I get kind of screwed out of that shotgun or machine gun. I didn't go through the block. It sucked me through, so whatever. And though I didn't get the machine gun, an assault rifle drops here, which is really lucky. The assault rifle is really great. If I can grab it, I can show you. If I can grab it. There we go. So it fires 3-round bursts. It works like the battle rifle in Halo. And then I pick up a grenade launcher. So the grenade launcher is a weapon I would also never normally use. But in the the desert area, the wasteland, it's pretty wide open. So the chance of me killing myself is much more slim. Much more slim. But it's still possible to kill myself. And by the way, these cactuses are physical entities, so yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'll use Fish for a moment. He's probably my favorite character, but I'm not sure he's good. His special ability is a roll, but I'm not really sold on it. I like to use him because he looks awesome. Alright, the sledgehammer's pretty rad. No, I don't really ever do it, but you can actually deflect bullets by swinging with the melee weapon. But I much prefer to just kill stuff, so it'll stop shooting bullets at me. And I did not get lucky. I really wanted to get his throne butt in the first evolution. If I can do that, it makes his roll invincible, and that's actually really useful. But I have to settle. Strangely enough, there's a bunch of explosives spawning in the stage. And as you can see, it blows up parts of the stage, creates new avenues. Now I get kind of stuck here because I'm not sure if I want to take the grenade launcher or the sledgehammer. The grenade launcher will make Big Bandit stupid easy, but the sledgehammer will make the sewer a lot easier. And ultimately, I went with the sledgehammer. There, I'm hitting some bullets back. I had to roll there. But as you'll see, the roll can get you into trouble sometimes, as it bounces you off of solids. So, got myself killed again. And that's just sort of how I play this game. Pretty suicidal in the way I go about things. Now there's a bunch of characters. I'm sure everyone will find the ones they like, but I think Robot is pretty good. Robot has the ability to eat guns to get health or ammo, and also he finds better weapons earlier on, which we'll see pretty much right away if I don't sit there shooting walls. Yeah, so far I put Robots and Crystal at top tier. I think Fish might need a buff in some way. And then I haven't really experimented with a whole lot with the other characters. Young Venus is in this game. She played Vlambeer's previous game, Gun Gods. He's okay. So Boiling Veins is super, super, super good. What it does is if you're below 50% health, you will not take damage from fire or explosives. So as you saw the first time I died, it's because of explosives. And then it helps with the fire traps later on. Now the SMG is super inaccurate, and it's not like you can fire and burst really. It doesn't matter how many times you fire, it's just always inaccurate. And then here I pick up a classic disc gun. Super Crate Box fans know what's up. And just like in Super Crate Box, it can pretty much just kill you if you're not careful. Now even if you are careful, like right there I almost died. So I don't know why I kept using it. And then there you can see that it ate it. My problem with playing with characters that aren't crystals, I instinctively right click whenever enemies are close to me, so sometimes I'll accidentally eat a gun. It happens. The SMGs is a big mess. So like before, I want to clear up most of the other entities before I even bother fighting him. And then I kind of got really bad luck by grabbing into the disc gun and then getting hit a bunch of times. A bunch of times. And then we turn this into a one-on-one. It becomes really easy. I don't know how he got down there, but whatever. He can dash through blocks to get you, but he didn't that time, so whatever. Now the Rhino skin is crazy because it gives you plus 4 HP, and in this game HP is huge. So I pretty much always take that by default, unless I really want the thrown butt. Depending on the character, the thrown butt is huge, and for some characters it's not that big of a deal. And I don't know how I ended up negating the whole 4 HP bonus by getting hit there so many times, but whatever. That's what happens when you end up in the sewer with only a revolver. Yeah, I should have made an attempt to pick up the SMG before I went down here. But I think Big Bandit was sitting on it, so I'm not sure. Whatever. Oh, this is awful. With the revolver, these mama rats, just some little baby rats. It takes forever. Just going through the motions. Gonna try to risk grabbing the gun, and it's a shovel, which is pretty lucky. Shovel's a melee weapon. It's one of the most powerful melee weapons, I think. I haven't really gotten super far, but it's good because it has a massive range, but it lacks rate of fire. So if you miss, you'll have to switch weapons or something. Anything really. So I have no science or anything to back this up, but I think these green rats drop health more often than normal enemies. Oh, that was crazy. Health is usually really rare. Yeah, so the scarier face reduces enemy HP, but I'm not really sure by how much, actually. Or it could be just like one tick, I don't really know. I really hate these Tengu dudes. If they don't have a good shot on you, they'll move to a location where you're at. And while they're vulnerable enough for you to hit them, if they do fire, they fire a lot of bullets, as you can see. And I carelessly get hit by fire. Luckily I got the perk from before, so I can take the hits from the fire, now that I'm below half health. And I can blow that dude up to destroy the trap anyway, just in case. Now the melee weapons can go through walls, so I could probably hit that bandit on the other side of the wall. I'm not going to because I pick up a plasma gun here. This is actually the first time I'd ever picked up a plasma gun, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like I said before, Robot gets better technology earlier. But I'm pretty sure that it would hit me if I hit that plasma ball thing, so I just try to avoid it in general. And I can't shake the feeling that it's going to get me killed. So I want to drop it for something else as soon as I can, even though it's really powerful. So as you can see, that statue there will absorb rads, and I really wanted to show this in the video, but I wouldn't be able to. But it will absorb rads. Oh, well, first of all, the cops show up if you hit it, so you gotta take care of these guys. Right, so it'll absorb rads, and then once it gets enough, it'll open a portal to another dimension where you can get a crown. And crowns work like the skulls from Halo, where they give you some sort of penalty, some sort of crazy drawback, but you get a bonus in some form. It makes the game harder, but you get, you know, more reward. Always try to kill the sniper first, because he'll blow up and he'll kill other people. So here, it probably would have been wise to keep the energy with plasma gun, but I picked up the sticky launcher, and I accidentally stickied Big Dog. So Big Dog is a boss of this area, and I don't really have any way to deal with this right now. I don't have a melee weapon, so these bullets are going to hit me. I'm forced to eat one of my guns in order to survive. And so I make the mistake of eating the revolver, so I'm stuck with a sticky gun, this explosive weapon. But I would have died there if I hadn't eaten the gun, so... And I don't know why I tried to fight Big Dog. My priority should have been to escape. So what I'm going to do is let myself get hit by the explosions and hope enemies die inside, since I can't be killed by explosions. And then try to run here and see if I can't grab a weapon, because I've got one shot left. Unfortunately, there are just too many enemies. And that's Nuclear Throne. You just do it over and over again, and if that sounds boring to you, then you probably won't like it, but it's extremely addictive, very fun. Just an all-around clever game.